What is up, you guys? This is Aji Senpai here today. Happy Pi Day, yo! Happy Pi Day. March the 14th, 2014, and I'm going to make a One Piece discussion video. This is my first One Piece discussion video that I've ever made before. This is my first legit video. There's another video that I made called Testing Intros. That wasn't a real video. That was more of me just testing on my laptop, me becoming more computer savvy. But anyways, I'm going to be doing chapter reviews at some point within the next month or so. I need to get my camera. I need to just get everything ready and set up first. But I decided to do this with my phone because, you know, I'm a kid. I'm kind of broke right now. But when I get enough money, I'm going to get a camera and I'm going to make more reviews. Especially episode reviews, chapter reviews, manga discussion videos, even live streams when I get to that period in time. So, what I'm going to do today is talk about the 11 Supernovas. You know them. Luffy, Law, Kid, Killer, Zoro, Extra, all these dudes, man. Like, all of them, man. I'm going to talk about them, and and this video is going to be separated into 3 parts. Their strength, alliances, and also what they're going to do in the future part of the story. So, let's talk about their strength, okay? When it comes to their strength, easily these are the 4 strongest supernova. Kid, Luffy, and Law. The top 3, the big 3 if you want to call them that, you know, like that. And of course there's also, I think X Drake might be the 4th, maybe, because we've actually seen what he's capable of. Excuse me. Post time skip, pre time skip too. So when I say that, it's because I see Law, Kid, and Luffy like I see Roger, Shiki, and Whitebeard. Because Roger and Shiki and Whitebeard were considered to be the strongest pirates that you could fuck with. Roger was the king of the pirates. You couldn't beat him. The only dudes that came close were Whitebeard and Garp. Shiki was mad disgusting in the, what's it called? Strong World film. His fluff fruit was insane. Like, bro, it's like, dude, like, how are you this powerful? How did Roger beat this guy? And of course, Whitebeard. You've seen the Marine Fleet War. I shouldn't even go into it. But basically, I see Law, Luffy, and Kid being those 3 people. Like, in a sense, you know, similar to them. When it comes to X Drake, we know that he has Haki. We know all 4 of them have Haki. Luffy has all 3. Kenbon Shoku, Hao Shoku, Busou Shoku. Law, he has Busou Shoku at the least. Kenbon Shoku maybe, Hao Shoku, that's out there. Kid at least has Busou Shoku. If he can summon all those metal objects to his arm, I highly doubt that he doesn't have some kind of insane Busou Shoku Haki. I highly doubt it. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm not Oda, so I don't know. And of course, X Drake, he has Busou Shoku. So when it comes to a Haki type of standpoint, those 4 are pretty powerful. When it comes to physical strength, obviously Luffy's the strongest, and maybe even Killer. Well, not just Killer, I'll get to him a little bit, but X Drake. Now, when it comes to the other supernovas, the only other supernovas that can compete with them, in my personal opinion, that we've seen are Killer, Zoro, Apu, and Hawkins. Uge, Bonnie, and Capone aren't at that level. I can safely, well, we can't safely assume it, but I can safely say, okay, maybe they're not at that level yet. They really aren't. Excuse me. So, when it comes to Killer and Zoro, obviously they're pretty much the first mates of their pirate crews, respectively. Zoro, you can consider him the first mate of the Straw Hats. Killer is his first mate of the Kid Pirates. They're pretty much like, yeah, the first mates. In fact, if it weren't for Kid and Luffy creating a pirate crew, if Killer and Zoro wanted to become pirates, they would easily become their own captains of their own crews. I highly think that. So they're pretty much, I won't say they're on the same level as their captains, but they're pretty damn close. They're pretty close. So Killer, of course, he has Haki. He has to have Haki. Those huge ass muscles are not for nothing. I highly doubt that. Because he has, probably has Busou Shoku, Kenbon Shoku maybe, and of course Zoro, we already know that he has Busou Shoku, that's his specialty according to Ichiro Oda. And of course he also has Kenbon Shoku. Hao Shoku, don't know. I don't really know. Me personally, I just don't know. Okay, a lot of Zoro fanboys will say he really does have Aoshoku. It I like Zoro, but I don't know for sure. So we'll keep it at that for now. So those guys in physical strength, I mean, they're big dudes. It's obvious that they're strong. It's pretty obvious. So when it comes to them, they're pretty strong. Apu and Hawkins, even though their bounties have raised, we still haven't seen them really post-time skip fight. It's kind of sad, because I mean, out of those two, I really do like Apu. Apu's pretty cool. I mean, he's a DJ. I mean, and I'm black. I like rap music, hip hop. I mean, he's pretty cool. So I'm pretty sure that he's strong. And Hawkins is strong too, obviously. But do we know what they can do post time skip? No. Pre-time skip we know, because Apu can manipulate sound and make it into music with his devil fruit, and Hawkins had those voodoo dolls. You know, like he can just manipulate them and just hurt all of his opponents. But we really don't know them post time skip. We know that they probably do have hockey, but we don't know that what the specifics are to that either. When it comes to Uruj, Capone, and Bonnie, they're, in my personal opinion, are the weakest of the Supernova. And I'll call them the weak trio. The weak trio are probably the weakest because not only because they have lower bounties, but because of the fact that Uruj is the only member that has shown some type of physical combat skill. Like he has probably that devil fruit where he can enlarge his muscles and increase his strength. You know how he tried to punch a pacifista? He actually injured a pacifista with that ability? He's probably the strongest. Capone and Bonnie are hacks, but when it comes to physical ability, we don't know for sure. And they haven't really shown it pre-time skip either. So I don't think that they show a lot of their physical ability when it comes to fighting. I think they're more devil fruit based. Like out of all the Supernovas, they're probably the most skilled when it comes to their devil fruit. At least when it comes to Law is probably the most skilled, but behind them are probably Luffy, Capone, and Bonnie, because they're pretty hacks. I'm not gonna lie. But are they physically capable of handling that shit? It's unknown. We don't know what they are post-time skip. We don't even know if they probably do have hockey, but we don't know to what extent do they have hockey for. Now, so those are overall, I gotta say, my 4, Luffy, Law, Kid, X Drake. Those are my top 4 Supernovas that are strong. When it comes to the other 4, Killer, Zoro, Apu, and Hawkins, they're strong, but I think that they're closer to that level. When it comes to Capone, Bonnie, and Rouge, I don't see it. I just don't. Maybe they are pretty powerful. I'm not gonna assume automatically, oh, they're just completely weak. No, you can't assume that. When it comes to the alliances in the future, we already know 2 alliances. The first alliance, Law and Luffy. That's the main alliance that they're focusing so far. At least Oda is. Is it a good alliance? Yeah, it is. It's pretty much like Law and Luffy are both strong type characters. So it's like, yeah, you can assume that this alliance will work out. Now, the whole thing with Law and Law saying, oh, the alliance is over, all I wanted was just to fight you, and if I lose, it's okay, as long as you die, I'm fine with that. I'm like, I doubt that you're only after Doflamingo. He has to be after Kaido. I doubt that he's only after Doflamingo. Because it just seems way too weird for him to mention Kaido and not to and not for him to mention Doflamingo. Because the thing is that what Luffy could have done, or what Law could have done, is say, look, Luffy, if he really was wanting to only go after Doflamingo, he would have said this: look, Straw Hat, I need your help. I need you to help me take down Doflamingo, because Doflamingo fucked up my life. That's basically what happened to Law in his past. We don't know exactly, that's basically what it is. And because Law saved Luffy's life, we all know Luffy, he's the kind of dude that does, well, good deeds for his friends. Just mainly his friends and the people that he likes. So if Law had asked Luffy, let's just take down Doflamingo, Kaido's not involved, Luffy would have said yes. So him mentioning Kaido makes me think, okay, Kaido is still a target. Because there's no way he could have just mentioned Kaido and like, oh, Doflamingo doesn't matter. Or he's saying, you know, oh, Doflamingo, he's our main target, but Kaido's still involved. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like this. Doflamingo is a really fucked up pirate. He really is. He fucked up Mars Pass. So he could have easily asked Luffy, oh, Luffy, I just want you to help me out. You know, I helped you out once, why don't you help me? Luffy would have said yes, he would have. So I think Kaido is still a target. Even though Law is saying, oh, you know, I'm just ending the alliance now. No, there's no way. Like, it seems way too weird. And it's probably one of Law's plans. So when it comes to that alliance, obviously it's going to be after Kaido's. Obviously. When it comes to Kid, Apu, and Hawkins, notice how Oda made these two alliances in one arc. Did you notice that? Like, a few chapters after Law told Luffy what he wanted to do, bam, Kid, Apu, and Hawkins. Oh, guys, we came here to make an alliance. Come in and join us. Oda. Why you placing, bro? I mean, if you're trying to say that these two alliances aren't going to meet up to fight at Yonko, you're bullshitting. Because there's no way. There's just no way. Even if it's not against Kaido, it's going to be against some of the other Yonko in the future. I think that these two alliances are going to meet up and become one bigger alliance to take out a Yonko. Because when you think about it, is it really smart to only have two people in one alliance? I mean, given the fact that they're both strong, okay, fine, that makes sense. But I highly doubt that Oda would just have those two. I think that there are other supernovas that want to get involved. Because, you know, it's a Yonko. You don't just go by yourself against a Yonko. So, I think that Kid, Apu, and Hawkins are also going after Kaido as well. I really do think that. When it comes to them going after Big Mom possibly as well, it seems too obvious, my personal opinion. Because it's like, why would you go after Big Mom? I mean, not why would you go after Big Mom, but if you're going after Big Mom, he would have said it out loud. Like, it would have been a given. Like, Oda would have just said, okay, let's let Killer say this, so that way it's confirmed. You know, said that. Because, you know, we do know for a fact that in Fishman Island, we found out from Tamago and Peckham's that Big Mom's allied ships were attacked by Kid. So I find it way too obvious. Just way too obvious, my personal opinion. So, excuse me. So I think it's going to be going after Kaido. Now, as for the other supernovas, Capone, Rouge, and Bonnie, will they be in another alliance with Luffy? It depends. And it all depends on how strong they are. Because, I'm not saying that they're weak. They're not weak. But when you see them in actual combat, they don't do a lot. They only use their devil fruit abilities. I know Luffy has, the gum fruit, stretch, punching dudes, kicking them in the face. But at least Luffy puts in some effort with some actual physical capability. So, are they strong enough? We don't know. And they're going to be important in the story. But it's just that, will they be strong enough to handle Yonko? If the three of them, and maybe even Luffy and some other dudes, team up to form an alliance against the Yonko. Because think about it. Until Luffy and the rest of the supernovas get to that point, they need alliances. The Yonko cannot be taken down by just one crew. There's just no way. Unless it's the Whitebeard Pirates, or it's some other dudes, like the Revolutionary Army, maybe a lot of Marines, like that. Because think about it. Just for Whitebeard's crew alone, they brought out the three admirals, Aokiji, Akainu, Kizaru, Sengoku, Garp. These three admirals, 5 of the Shichibukai that are current, a whole bunch of Marines of all different levels, thousands, probably like dozens upon dozens of Pacifista. All these things, just to take down one crew and a couple of allies. The Whitebeard Pirates. So it's like, there's a lot of manpower. And even though they had a plan, their main focus was on their manpower. If they didn't have enough manpower, then it would have been a wrap. There's no point. Unless you have a really good plan. So, What I think is that a bigger alliance is necessary. Not just a bigger alliance, but also an alliance filled with strong people. Capone, Rouge, and Bonnie are strong, but unless they show something really good post time skip, I'm not going to make any suggestions for them to make an alliance. Unless they show something really, really powerful. Because you can't just be hacks. You have to have hockey. You have to have physical capabilities. Look at Usopp and Nami. Usopp and Nami have great abilities. But do they have hockey? Are they physically strong? Are they on Zoro, Luffy, and Sanji's level? So, you really have to be strong in order to handle with the Yonko. And you need a good plan. You need those both. So that's when I think when it comes to the alliances. Capone, Rouge, and Bonnie, they're powerful. But I don't think that they're that powerful. Unless they show something that we haven't seen yet. Now finally, the grand finale. Yay! The grand finale. The future. There's a notion in every single story that I've read so far, you know, poems, strategy, stuff like that, that the younger generation will always surpass the older generation. The older generation is a Yonko. Who is the younger generation? The Supernovas. Now, the Supernovas aren't on Yonko level yet. Even though they're pirate captains, they have those fruits, and they may have hockey, they aren't on that level. They're not. Luffy's not on that level. Law's on that level. Kid isn't on that level. So, they need to get stronger in order to face off against the Yonko, in order to truly defeat them by themselves. If they're going with an alliance, it should be fine. I'm pretty sure it should be fine. But what I think, me personally, is that they need to, once they get stronger, the Yonko will be overthrown by the Supernovas. The Marines, I doubt it, because the Marines, they're powerful, but they spread themselves way too thin across the world for them to actually do anything. And think about it, they only have 3 admirals. There's 4 Yonko, and 3 admirals try to take on Whitebeard, a sick old dude. And it took all of them, plus the Blackbeard pirates, just to take down Whitebeard. So the Marines are spread too thin. The Dragon and the rest of the revolutionaries, they only care about the world government when it comes to taking them down. They only care about them. So, and of course, other pirates, we don't know. But overall, I think the Supernovas are the best bet for a new world order when it comes to the new world. They have to take them down. When they get strong enough, of course. When they have, you know, the forces necessary. Maybe even with allies. I don't know. But that's what I think. They will take over the new the new world at some point. How will it be distributed? The new world? Because think about it. There's not going to be 11 territories. There's not going to be 11 territories. I doubt it. There's probably going to be like a few of the Supernovas that take over, and there's going to be like the other Supernovas that's going to do their own thing. But I highly doubt that it's going to be 11 territories. The 4 strongest dudes, again, I'm going to mention them again. Until the day I die, I'm going to mention these 4 Supernovas. Law, Luffy, Kid, and X-Drake, they might be the next 4 Yonko. Now, Luffy, we're not too sure, because Luffy wants to become Pirate King. But if you think about it, doesn't it make more sense to become Yonko than Pirate King? You know, I mean, it's weird because, like, the Yonko are probably the only dudes that can contest against the Pirate King. But are they powerful enough? We don't know. We really don't. So, I think, personally, it has to be the Yonko against the Supernovas. The Marines, they're spread too thin. The revolutionaries don't care about them. They care about the world government. Other pirates, we don't know about them yet. We don't. So overall, I think as the Supernovas will take them down, and the Yonko will be overthrown. Shanks, we don't know if any of them will die, but I'm pretty sure all of them will be overthrown at some point. If it's all by Luffy's hands, or if it's all by Luffy's hands, or it'll be by someone else. So I think personally, that's pretty much it. Yeah, like the Supernovas, I like them. They're a really powerful group. They're gonna do some crazy shit in the new world. Oda has some really great things that are set up for now. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Give me your thoughts down below. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Be sure to check out my other videos when I do post them. And yeah, have a nice day.